Hey everyone, I'm Keon, and in this video, I'm going to show you our AI lead qualification and follow-up system. It starts whenever someone fills out a form on our website. It Instead of waiting on someone to check the inbox or follow up later, it instantly researches the business and calls them via our voice agent, qualifies them, sends them a personalized follow-up email, and update their record in Airtable. And it also notifies the team in Slack. Let's take a look at it. So here's our Airtable trigger. That's a mouthful. But so what this does is when a new submission hits Airtable, this grabs all the information. As you can see, name, first name, last name, email, budget, notes, the company name, and so that's what that does. That is out. So when this is triggered, it pulls out that company's information and it feeds it to our AI research assistant, and that basically researches and gives context for our VAPI caller. You know, so this right here is a set node. This node basically cleans and maps the data into usable variables so we can pass on to our next node. And you can see, so what it did was it took all this information here from the Airtable and from the research agent. So what the research agent passes on, it's who the business is, JH Realty, who they are, their goals and pain points, and basic solution for what TitanAI can offer. So it gets that information and it sends it to this VAPI caller. The VAPI caller takes that information and you see it just takes it, it processes it, it calls the lead. So if we execute this now, matter of fact, so if I execute it, you'll see that's Tyler calling. Let's see. Let's just see. Quick overview.
Tyler, an AI assistant like AI. Now a good time to talk about your business needs.
No, not right now. Maybe later.
Totally understand.
Yes, that'll work.
Have any questions or want to chat ahead of time, just reply to the text or let me know. Thanks again for your interest in automation for JH Realty. I'll send that link your way now.
Thank you. I just have a habit of saying thank you. Now, if you see that, like, so that agent, that is Tyler, our VAPI outreach agent. So his script and his prompt is basically is to follow up with warm leads. So that means his script and his tone is going to be more consultative, trying to push him to not push them to a sale, but get more information to try to schedule them on a consultation call so we can do business and data mapping. You know, so that's what this is right here. That was the information that just came through. That was our caller, and this is a wait node. This node is set to wait 30 seconds, so it'll wait 30 seconds before moving that data on to make this. This is a content retrieval agent. And what it does is from it's going to pull the data from this call here. So we're going to pin that just hope so it doesn't we're doing that so it doesn't have to recall us again and try to get that transcript. So what happens here, this is a wait node. We have it set for 15 seconds. So that gives it time for the call to end, Now you can see we ended that quickly by just saying we didn't have time to talk, so it ended quick. But let's say we was really talking to him. The way this is set up is, see, we was able to get it. We have that content, and if you see here, that is a transcript, that is a summary, because that's what this agent does. It breaks it down. So now, but here, this is a switch. This is something to ensure the system doesn't break, because if let's say this call goes on and it tries to pull this information and the call is still going on, it's going to essentially break the system because it has no information to pull back. So with this wait node, it's going to wait 15 seconds. But with this switch node, you see we have two outputs. One is ended and one is in progress. So what this does, it looks at the status. See this status here. So we map that variable. So it looks at this status and says if it's ended, we're going to go through the first branch. If it's in progress, we're going to loop. But you can see here, because the call is already over, it went through the ended branch, and what that's going to set it up to run through the finished branch. Now, if we were still on the call, I'll let you see it later with the live demo. If we were still on the call, it would loop back and continue to loop until the call was done. Then it will pull this information. This right here, this is our transcript interpreter. So what it does, it takes this full transcript, then it interprets it breaks it down into a summary, and it breaks it down not just into a quick overview of what was said, but it breaks it down and formulates it into an email, so we can then send that off to the client as a personalized follow-up with context from the call that we just had. Sometimes it takes a little. Now I'm gonna tell you what's crazy here. Well, not crazy, but this doesn't have a structured output parser. So that's why we're using the code node. But I really don't think I need the code node in this one, because it outputs two parts. See? So in most of these situations, you'll see where it outputs one text body, and the subject and the body is within that text. And so that's why we use this code node to just clean that up, you know? So we use a code node so I don't really think it's necessary. I'll remove it later, but it already gives us the body. I mean, the subject and the body, which is what we need for Gmail, So now if we come in here, all that's going to do is feed this into here. This is basically a tool that's going to send this to these map variables here, which is this subject, body. And if you go down to Airtable, you'll see where company email, we map that in right there. So that's why it's coming from that. These is JSON. When you see these brackets in $ JSON, that means this is coming from the node, the first node previous to this one. And then, but simultaneously, as this is going here, well, not simultaneously, because I don't have this set to run all at the same time, but I can go in here and set it to where once this is done, all these branches run at the same time. But it goes in sequence. This is done, then it runs at this field. This is still a set node. This set node here, it does the same thing. It cleans it up so we can update Airtable. And what this is going to do is going to put our summary in Airtable. It's going to change it to contacted, so we can go on through the next agents, through the next records. But it's also going to send a notification in Slack, and that's all this is here. Like if I click it now, you'll see where it comes in. It's going to send us a message in Slack, and that message in Slack is notifying the team to let them know what happened on the call, how we're doing, and where we're at, and what actions need to be taken with that potential client. So now that we've seen under the hood, we see what it's supposed to do. We're gonna run this. We're gonna submit a form on the site, on my website. We're gonna see here the last income was Chandler, email, JH Realty. But what we're gonna do now, this is the thing. As you saw it twisting before, like spinning before as a process, because this is an active workflow, and I'm going to execute it as an active workflow by submitting the form. We're not going to see this move in real time. However, what we can do is go to the executions and see it basically processing. So we'll do that. So I already have the form pre-filled. We're going to use Trevor, and we gave Trevor a trucking company, and we're going to say logistics. I'm going to click deploy AI. I'm going to say logistics and routing. So we hit that, and now this usually triggers now this should have went instantly. See, there's Trevor, instantly too, and it's generating a message based on what is going on there. Now, you see there's no call summary, and it hasn't been contacted yet, but once the workflow is done, you see where those things get updated at. Now here, we hasn't been sent the email yet because we haven't spoken to anyone. Now, if we go to executions, we should see one running, or we'll see one pop up and begin to run. Again, it usually happens within a minute, 2 minutes. See, and there you go. This pop-up is running now. So what it's going to do is going to get then pull that new pull this new information, Trevor. It's going to put it into this research agent. Going to enhance it again, find out who they are, what they do, and how we can help. Put it in here, clean that data up, send it to our VAPI agent Tyler. Tyler's going to get it, see what it is. Then he's going to call me. Well, call Trevor, which is I'm acting as Trevor. So once he called me, I wish you could have seen this looping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
AI. Is now a good time to talk about your business needs?
Yes, it is.
Well, thanks for taking a minute. So just to recap, I'm calling from TitanAI here in Houston. We help companies like Riley Struck automate everyday tasks, streamline dispatch, custom AI. Filled out our form recently, and I wanted to follow up and get a better idea of what you're hoping to automate, what kind of tasks you're approaching to streamline at Riley Struck.
Basically, dispatch, and logistics.
How big is it right now? Are you mostly working with dispatch crew, or do you have multiple people handling routes, drivers, paperwork?
So that's the issue. We only have 2 dispatchers, but we have 18 trucks. A little bit of all of that.
Companies who have to recommend their route dispatch co-pilot. It also assigns loads and speed stops in real time, cutting down on fuel, overtime, and example. Drive
Yes, sure thing. No, no one else.
Thanks again for your time today, Trevor. Looking forward to helping Riley's fucking run smoother. You'll get the link by text.
Thank you. So now this should be running. So again, now I wish you could see it spinning. So what's going to happen here is this is going to finish up. This is going to run, and then it's going to send this email, update that, and then send us a message in Slack. Okay, there you have it. Oh, you bastard. So that's the full Titan AI lead qualification and follow-up system. If you're a small business owner and who gets a lot of inbound leads from your website, social media ads, or whatever, this right here can ensure that no opportunity slips through the cracks. Check out the link below to book a free consultation and so we can see how we can build the system for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.